Lycett is first tonight.
Oh, yes, OK.
I once had a fight with a flamingo and won.
Last Christmas, the biggest family row in the Lycett household was over how many doof-doofs there are in the EastEnders closing theme tune.
Oh.
Lee Mack's team.
So you mean the bit just before the music starts, I think, I mean, obviously, you know, you were in EastEnders.
Yeah, but I never actually got myself a doof-doof.
Oh, no.
I was there for 6 years, no doof-doof.
You never had a doof-doof?
I had one doof-doof, and Wendy Richards was in it, and then when they took it to the edit, they zoomed in on her and cut me out of the doof-doof. How many doof-doofs did your family decide there were?
So, it was a generational gap. So
Yeah.
me and my sister thought there were 8, because there are 8. My parents thought there were 7.
Give us your 8.
Doof, 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 doof.
Oh, I think you're wrong.
Excuse me, though.
No,
that can't be. That's not how many doof-doofs there are.
Yeah.
That's how many doofs there are. If the unit is doof-doof, then there are 4.
He does have a point, you know.
David has never been invited to someone's house for Christmas.
I think you stuck too many doofs in there.
Go on, you do it.
Doof, 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 doof.
Do, 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 do.
No. That's not it.
You were in the show! Did you, at the end of the night, find out exactly how many doof-doofs there were, or did you just leave it, we're right, you're wrong, without no
Yeah,
sort
basically, we didn't rewind.
So we don't
were on
actually know
something else.
right now with our 8.
Well, we do. It's 8. It is 8.
You ain't really checked it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have checked it.
But you didn't
because
check it
I've
at the
watched
time.
EastEnders and I know...
But I've watched EastEnders, but I don't ever count
I don't
it.
think you have.
I think there's only 3, because I think the fast ones at the end aren't doof-doofs, they're something else.
Like a little...
I'm sort of with Joe. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 doof-doofs or 4 to 5 doofs
What's a
before
half
the
doof?
nature, the nature of the noise changes such that it can no longer be labelled either a doof or a half
Agree.
doof-doof.
So, yes. Well, bearing that in mind and knowing your love for music, give us your rendition, then, of the end drum.
Now, I feel that would be... I'd be humiliated.
Would you like me to give you a lead-in, a dramatic moment?
No, thank you.
This is Elsie, who works in a laundry.
Who's Elsie? She was never in EastEnders.
She's a character that I've created.
Well, what about Dot Cotton? Can't you get her?
You look a
You
bit
would
like
be a
Dot Cotton.
great
You do a
dad.
bit.
You've definitely got...
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Oh.
I think that's Mick Jagger you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to my laundry. It's gone somewhere.
Doof, 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 doof.
All right. What do you
Hey,
think?
well, that sounds like the washing machine's broken.
See, I think after about 5 minutes, I would have just gone to the YouTube and had a little look on there. I think he's lying.
I always like to go counterintuitive, so I'm going to say I think he's lying as well. Yeah.
OK, I'm going to have to say lie.
You're going to have to say lie. OK, Joe Lycett, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, very good, guys.
And Joe Swash, there's a treat for you, because you said you never had a doof-doof. We're going to give you one tonight. Whatever you want to say, something dramatic, and it's going to come in. It's going to happen.
And trust me, it doesn't matter what you say, because we're all just going to be counting.
OK, Joe, here we go.
Is it my baby?
Oh, there's 9!
10!
9!
It's 9. It's 9.
There was 9 in there.
It's 9.
I also went to the same resort and skinned a cheetah. I am wearing it tonight.
At the end of my first driving lesson, my instructor told me I'd done pretty well, but that I didn't need to make the noises of the car engine as I drove along.
Please, team.
OK, so what kind of noises would you make?
I find it very sort of reassuring to make noises in the car because I find it quite stressful driving. So on the first lesson, this is when it started, and I'd just go.
So you could replicate that if you change gear, you'd do what you just did then.
Yeah.
What's the reversing around the corner backwards noise?
I need to just get into the character, into the position. I go,
And would you
What's weird about that?
Would you make all the noises? Would you do indicators, for example?
No, let's not be silly.
Just to get to the nitty-gritty.
Yes.
Name of driving instructor, because I remember mine, Norman, and we ate Percy pigs.
I don't actually... Do you know what? I don't... Because I had two, because the first one was a friend of my dad's, and he kept shouting, "Don't panic."
It wasn't Clive Dunn, was it?
I don't know the reference.
Who's Clive Dunn? Clive Dunn played...
Holy...
Clive Dunn played
You've just fallen into the generation gap,
This audience actually oohed the fact that Joe didn't know who Clive... They were like, oh, you piece
Well,
of
you said it
work.
oohed. Perhaps they were accelerating.
So what do you think, then, Lee? What is your team thinking about this?
Nicky, what do we think then?
I reckon it might be the truth.
You think it's the
Yeah, I'd say that. Do you, Miles?
I think just Joe is inherently believable, very trustworthy.
OK, well, we'll say it's the truth.
You're saying it's true. Joe, truth or lie?
It is a lie. If I'm ever walking alone at night, I call out the name of an imaginary dog to deter any muggers.
David's team.
What's the name of the dog?
Brian.
As if it's going to be a vicious dog, it would be Brian, wouldn't it? Definitely.
And do you think a would-be attacker would, from the tone that you say Brian, know that you mean a dog and not a Brian?
To me, it sounds like you'd be calling a, you know, a middle-aged civil servant. To you.
Well, it's because I read an article written by Darren Brown in which he said if you're in a situation where things look like they're getting a bit choppy, if you do something unusual, the other person is so sort of freaked out by that they generally stop doing what they're doing if they're being a very...
How do you shout? Imagine I'm a terrifying would-be assassin.
You know, in your whole panel, maybe you're not the first choice for that role.
John, imagine if John was... all right, imagine Danny is a terrifying would-be assassin.
Yes.
And go for it.
Brian.
You don't want to attack me now, do you?
No, that's terrifying to me. Is it just someone comes up to you at night, you know, mates ask for the time, you go, Brian, you just flip out, or is it a general mugging?
I like you, Danny.
Everyone's got their own showbiz personas, and you and Danny completely gone for different ones, haven't you?
I think we're very similar in many ways.
Yeah, no, I do.
We're lovers.
Danny, stay calm, please. Stay calm down, calm down.
Oh, you had to start shouting Brian.
Just say, Joe, you're playing with fire there. I'd leave it there.
I'm feeling this one.
You think it's true?
Read a Darren Brown book for a start. He's that sort of...
I believe the Darren Brown article, but the whole point of that is that you say something random that sort of puts people off their stride, whereas you're going for something specific, calling upon a dog called Brian to come to your aid. But that's immediately disprovable. The absence of Brian is immediately evident. Whereas calling upon Brian, they're going to go, Brian? Oh, there's no Brian. Fine.
My big sticking point is still, if you were trying to create the illusion that you had a dog, why you would give it a person's name.
Yeah.
Would you shout dog?
You'd shout like...
Dog. Rover or Fido.
Yeah, that would be good. If he had a dog called Dog, that would... Dog! Dog!
What would you call him, John? Rambo,
well,
Tyson?
my defence is slightly different. I would wet my pants.
So, what are you thinking, David?
John.
I don't believe it.
Danny?
So I think it's true.
You think it's true?
I think he's that...
Now I have to make a decision. My gut is that it's not true.
Let's go no, then. Let's have a lie.
Let's say lie.
You're going to say lie?
Yeah.
OK. Joe, truth or lie?
It was a lie.
Yes.
Yes, it was a lie all along. Joe doesn't call out the name of an imaginary dog to deter muggers.